Hello and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Mary and welcome to another Craft Day Monday, where every Monday I post a new video. In today's video we're going to be doing a gnome on a sled, and what you're going to need for this project is you're going to need a pair of scissors. You're going to be needing some flexible curling rods that you get from Dollar Tree, and you're going to cut those in half. These will be the arms and the legs. You're going to need a styrofoam ball cut in half. I've talked about this several times in my gnome videos. You're going to need a medium-sized foam ball cut in half. You're going to need fake snow, Dollar Tree, and this is what it looks like. Also, you're going to need a sled. I got mine from Dollar Tree, or you can just make one. I have made them several times, but I just went ahead and bought one. You're going to need an old pair of toddler or jeans that you don't no longer wear. You're going to need a sock. You're going to need baby shower shoes, Dollar Tree. And I went ahead and covered my bottoms in cardboard. You're going to need faux fur, felt. If you choose to use felt, you can use any color you want. You're going to need hot glue and a hot glue gun. And what we're going to be using for our body is we're going to be using a plastic soda bottle. This is what it looked like. It was in a Coca-Cola bottle. And I went ahead and cut that and glued a bottom to it. I used a piece of cardboard to glue the bottom on because you want that to be covered. And yeah, I'm just going to turn my camera down so we can get into the video. So let's set this to the side. So what we're going to do first is you're going to take your plastic bottle and you're going to take your styrofoam ball, and you're just going to go ahead and make an indent just like this. And this is going to be the head. And then you're going to grab your sled because we want to know. I'm going to go ahead and place it. So we're going to pop this piece out. So this is what you should have. It's going to be a little opening. And we're just going to go ahead and glue this onto this just like that. So I'm going to put some hot glue down through here. We're going to go ahead and take our styrofoam ball. And we're going to hold this just like that and allow that time to dry. And move this out the way. And we're just going to hold this. So we're going to adjust it to see how we want it, because your gnome is going to be in an upright position. So it's going to be like this. So I'm going to go ahead and put this like that. And I'm going to go in the back and I'm going to put some hot glue on the back just to secure it. So you're just going to hold this just like that. And we're just going to hold this and allow that to dry. So this is what it should look like, and we're just going to set this to the side and let that dry. Now, while that's drying, we're going to go ahead and work on the legs. And I have one here, and I'll show you how I did it. So, I took the old pair of jeans that I had here. I cut the pants leg off, and now all I'm going to do is take the roller, and you want to put a little bit of hot glue right down on here, and we're just going to go ahead and secure that there. And we're going to go ahead and we're just going to roll it. So let's set that to the side. So what you're going to do is you're going to put a little bit of hot glue right down. You're going to take your roller. You're going to put that on top. And you want some to stick out a little bit. And you're just going to go ahead and roll it like that. You're going to put a little bit up here. And you're just going to continue to roll. And put a little bit here, and we're going to roll just like that. I'm going to get another glue stick, We're going to stick that in here. I'm going to put a little bit right there, put a little bit here, and we're going to roll. And I'm just going to hold this just like this. And we're going to go ahead and cut the extra off. So I'm going to make sure that they're the same size, I'm going to grab one that I've already done, and I'm just going to hold it next to it to make sure that we take off the same amount. So we got this one. We're going to hold this like this, and we're going to go ahead and cut here. There we go. You're going to go ahead, put a little bit of hot glue down off in there. And we're just going to go ahead and pinch to secure everything. So this is what we have. And now we're going to set these to the side, and we're going to work on our shoes. I've done this type of shoe in every single gnome video that I've done, where I used the Dollar Tree baby shower shoes. So I think what I'm going to do is go with red shoes. So I am going to pull this off, stick that there, grab my scissors, and we're just going to cut. Like that. And we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to grab my other ones. We're going to go ahead and cut again. So we're just basically just cutting in half. And once again, this is just red felt. And now I'm going to move this piece, and we're just going to tug, give this a little tug. You're going to fold it over just like this, and we're just going to go ahead and cut right there. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap this around the shoe all the way around. I'll show you one, and then I'll do the other. So once again, you're going to go ahead and put some hot glue right on the base of the shoe. And like I said, I've done this in every single gnome video that I've done. I've made the shoes the same way unless I'm using cardboard. And just going to go around the whole shoe just like this. So basically all you're doing is wrapping this foam or this felt all the way around your shoe. So we're going to go here, and we're going to go up this way, and we're just going to go ahead and make these two ends meet. So we're going to glue these two down just like this. So we're going to put a little bit of hot glue here, and we're just going to stick this down like this. I'm going to go ahead, put a little bit here, go up. We're going to hold this just like this. I'm just going to cut off the extra like that. Going to go ahead and give this a quick trim down just a little like that. And we're going to put some hot glue right down through here like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to take our fingers and we're going to push in the ends, and we're just going to hold down, and we're going to open here, and you're going to put a little bit of hot glue right down through here. Going to close the ends like that. Hold it. Grab your hot glue gun, and we're just going to go ahead and go through here like that, like this. And you're going to take your fingers very carefully, and you're going to tuck in. And you're just going to seal the ends closed. Just like that. We're going to go ahead and do the other one. So now we got both our shoes covered. We're going to set these to the side. I am going to go ahead and bring back the actual gnome itself. So what we're going to do, And I hope my lighting is okay. So this is what we have because our gnome is going to be laying on its stomach. So I am going to go ahead and take my sock, which is going to be his shirt. And I'm going to go ahead and pull this over my gnome's head. So now I'm just going to adjust everything, and I'm just going to pull this down a bit. Pull that back. So this is what we have. And now I'm going to go ahead, pull this up a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab our legs, and we're just going to bend these a little. And we're going to go ahead and stick them down off in our shoe. So we're going to squeeze a little bit of hot glue down off in here. I'm going to grab another glue stick. And you're just going to squeeze a good amount of hot glue because you want to make sure it holds. And you're just going to go ahead and stick your leg down off in there. And you're going to do the same thing to the other side. So you're going to stick some hot glue down off in the shoe. And we're going to go ahead, stick our leg down off in there. And we're just going to let this dry a bit. And while that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open my bag. And I'm going to put some hot glue on the bottom of the shoe. So that way we can glue some snow to the bottom. So what you're going to do is you're going to put the hot glue on the bottom. And we're just going to go ahead and stick that hot glue shoe right down in there. And we have snow on the bottom of the shoe. And we're going to set that to the side, and we're going to do the same thing to the other one. We're just going to put some hot glue all the way around the shoe, a good amount. We're going to tuck this in there. Now we have snow on the bottom of the shoe. Now we're going to come back, and you're going to pick how you want. So we're going to go ahead and do because it's going to be glued like this. So I'm going to put some hot glue. I'm going to bend this back. So we're going to put some hot glue on here. So it's going to look like this. So this is how we're going to glue it. So this is how it's going to be. I'm going to go ahead and glue these in place. So you're going to put some hot glue on the spot. You're going to grab your shoe. And we're just going to hold this just like this. And we're going to hold this here just like that. And we're going to let this dry. So once you get your legs glued on, this is what it should look like. You should glue those legs directly to the base of the body. And now we're going to take that shirt and we're going to go ahead and we're just going to cover the body. So we're just going to go ahead and pull this all the way over just like this. And we're going to go ahead and cover the bottom just like this. So what we're doing now, we just went ahead and glued this together just like that. So his legs will be up like that when he's on the sled. And you can adjust the legs and you can play around with them. You can cross them. You can do, at this point, you can do whatever you want to the legs. Now, I am going to go ahead and bring my sled back so we can see how we want it. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put him on. We're going to do a jacket. I think I'm going to do a red jacket for him. So I'm going to grab my red. Let's put this to the side. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to pull this up, his shirt up, and we're just going to go ahead and put a little bit of hot glue here. And we're just going to pull this up because this is his shirt. And I'm just going to go ahead and just glue it in place like this. He's also going to have a scarf around his neck. So let's put him back. So he's going to put him just like that, out of the way. And I'm going to take my scissors and we're just going to go ahead and do a jacket for our gnome. So I'm just cutting a piece of felt and I'm just going to bring my gnome back and I'm just going to go ahead and put this on. So I'm just going to put this to the side and I'm going to go ahead and cut some more of this off. That way we can just wrap it around to make his jacket. And I think I may even fold it down a little. Bring it back. So I'm going to go ahead, put some hot glue right around the edge. Very carefully fold this up. And this is just a jacket. This is just how I'm doing it. We're just going to pull this. We're going to go ahead and cut this extra off. Cut this here. That's going to be the bottom. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this here. I'm going to fold this down like this. And we're going to put this over. Like that. So I'm just playing around with it. And this is what it looks like. And I'm going to go ahead and put some hot glue on it and glue it down in place. So we're going to put some hot glue right through here, right directly on it. You're going to go ahead, pull this down like that, fold this over, put a little bit of hot glue down here, like that. Going to go ahead, come over here, do the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of hot glue here. Put a little bit of hot glue under here. Here. And we're just going to go ahead, pull this to make the jacket. This is what it looks like in the front. Like this. And this is what it's going to look like. So here we have it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and bring my sled, and we're just going to go ahead and put it down like this. Stick a little bit of hot glue. We're going to put a little bit of hot glue down through here and here, and I'm just going to pinch these two ends together, just like this. And now I'm going to go ahead and place him on the sled, and then we're just going to adjust his legs the way we want them. Move this out the way. I'm going to try to clean up some of this. Now we're going to go ahead and put him up like this. So I'm going to go ahead now and put a little bit of hot glue right down where I want my gnome to be. Going to go ahead and stick him right down on here just like that. And I'm going to put him up like this. And I'm going to go ahead and glue him in place. So once you get him glued onto the sled, it should look something like this. So now I'm going to go ahead and set him to the side, and we're going to work on his sleeves for his shirt. So we got our felt cut out, and now we're going to go ahead and take our little styrofoam rollers, flexible curl rods from Dollar Tree, and these are what we're going to use for his arms. So I'm just cutting off the extra, and I am going to start with the big end first, and I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue right down through here. We're going to go ahead and put this here, and we're just going to roll it. And this is going to make his arms. So we're just going to go ahead and continue to roll just like this. I'm just going to roll it. Put a little bit of hot glue. We're going to continue to roll. And now we're going to go ahead and take some hot glue and we're going to put it here. And we're just going to close it. Right there. Just like this. And I'm just going to leave that overlap a little bit. And now I'm just going to go ahead, hold here, cut it, put a little bit of hot glue down in here just to seal it off. And then I'm just going to go ahead and do the other one. So now we have both arms. We're going to go ahead, bring our gnome back, and we're going to go ahead and glue the arms in place. So we're going to see how we want it. Let's see here. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go right here. We're going to put some hot glue right on here. I'm going to hold this here. And then I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue right there. So you're going to hold the hot glue there. You're going to put a little bit here. You're going to take it and you're going to stick his arm right down in that hot glue. And we're just going to hold this here for a while and let that dry. Or you can add gloves if you want. I'll take that. I'll leave this like that and we'll just do gloves. We'll do green ones. And now we're going to take the other one and we're just going to do the same thing. So a little bit of hot glue on it. Just going to turn this way and we're just going to go ahead, hold this here. I'm going to slide it up a little bit just to make sure everything matches. Bring it down. This is what it's going to look like. I'm just going to hold this here and continue to let that dry. So now that it's dry, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to grab some green felt and we're going to go ahead and make a green scarf. And I'm going to also see if I have this color green so we can do a hat. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use this green and we're going to make him a scarf, some mittens, and we're going to do a hat. And I'm just going ahead and just cutting out the pieces that I'm going to need. I'm going to go ahead and see. Yep. Okay, so now I got my pieces cut out. I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to do his mittens first. So I'm just going to go ahead and just cut out. All we're doing is cutting out a U shape. It's going to look like this. And we're going to do that again. Just going to cut this. We're just going to use this as a reference. And we're just going to go ahead and cut around it so we'll have two. So now we have two. I'm going to go ahead and glue this like this. We're going to go ahead and I'm just going to put some hot glue right under the bottom. We're just going to go ahead, glue this here just like that. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side. We're just going to put a little bit of hot glue there. Grab it. Stick that on just like that. And we're just going to go ahead, put a little bit of hot glue right here. stick that just like this. And then we're going to do the same thing to the other side. I'm going to go ahead and stick this on just like that. And you play around with it and adjust it the way you want. So this is what we have. Now, I am going to take the little foam ball, and then we're going to go ahead and glue that on for his nose. So now we're going to take a little foam ball that we talked about, and we're going to take some flesh color felt, and we're just going to wrap that around the nose. So I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue right directly on there. I'm just going to give this a little tug. And we're just going to go ahead and put this right over the ball, just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and cut. So this is what we have. I'm going to go ahead and bring my gnome back, and we're just going to stick that right on his nose, or on his face. So we're going to put that here. This is going to go just like that. That's going to be his nose. I know it's hard to see because everything is, there we go. We're going to let that. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do his beard. So we're going to have some faux fur. And I'm just going to go ahead and take my scissors. And normally I don't use scissors to cut this because it frays. But I'm going to go ahead and use my scissors to cut this because I do not have my X-Acto knife in here with me at the moment. So we're just going to improvise. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut. And I don't want him to have a long beard. So I'm cutting some more out. Just like that. And I'm just going to turn this around so I can see. I'm going to go ahead and cut a little more. Now I'm going to go ahead and make a U shape in my faux fur. I'm just going to cut up a little piece, and like I said, we're cutting out a little U so you have an opening like this. So this is what it should look like, and I'm going to go ahead and place this on my gnome. But before I do that, I want to go ahead and do his scarf. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out another thin little piece like this. So we have a little piece. I'm going to go ahead and stretch this a bit. I'm going to leave this part here. I'm going to leave this wide, and I'm just going to take my scissors and make little pieces of thread just like that. So this is what it should look like. Now I'm going to turn this around so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to stretch this a little bit. That's the good thing about felt. It stretches really well. So now I'm going to go ahead and put some hot glue back here, just like that. Pull this up and secure that into place. So we're going to pull it. I am going to put a little bit of hot glue right directly on here. We're just going to pull this around like that. So basically all you're doing is tying your scarf. So I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue here. Pull this back like that. And we're going to leave that down. So this is what it looks like. Now I'm going to take his beard. And I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue right directly on a beard. Just like this. And we're going to go ahead and put this on. So basically you're just gluing your beard on your gnome to look like that. Now the last thing we need to do is his hat. So we got that same green that we used for the scarf in his mittens, and I'm just giving this felt a little tug because this is going to straighten it out a bit. And now I'm just going to put this just like this, and we're just going to go around like that. So I'm going to go ahead, put a little bit of hot glue right across here. Gonna grab I'm gonna try to get this. We're just gonna stick this on just like this. Make sure that it's right above the nose. And then I am just gonna go ahead and I'm going to glue this in the back. So we're gonna go ahead and put a little bit of hot glue. Right, you're going to go basically you're going all the way around this whole hat, his whole head. So over here, and we're even going to go in the back. And we're just going to grab this, go around like that, push that up, go around like this. I'm going to pull this down a bit. So it's like this. Gonna go around. So it's like that. Put a little bit of hot glue right on the back. Glue that down in place. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and cut a little bit of this off. Just a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of hot glue down in here just like this. I'm going to pinch the ends together, and we're just going to hold this just like that. So this is what he looked like. And I got a little bitty pom-pom that I'm going to glue right here. Or maybe I won't. I'm just going to add a little more hot glue just to make sure that it's secured. And we are done. I'm going to cut this off. There we go. I'm going to go ahead, and this is it. This is what he looks like. You can play with his beard and adjust it any way you want it to look. And here he go. All finished. And here he is from the side, and here he is from the back. I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera up so y'all can see me. So once again, here he is. If you like this video, please give me a like and a thumbs up. If you are not already a subscriber, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love for you to be part of my YouTube family. And with that being said, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch one of my videos. That really means a lot. And I hope you all have a nice day. Bye.